So now it is my pleasure to introduce John Wilmot and his wife Leanne to share with you an extraordinary cancer journey. Please welcome John. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that introduction. Once again, my name is John Wilmot, and I'm a patient at University of Colorado Hospital. I'd like to thank you all for your time, and before I go on, I want to recognize some of my fellow fighters and their families that are here tonight, but also those that are not with us tonight who fought beside them. We may not all be on the same journey, but we all have the same wish, and that's to live in a world without cancer. So please stand up and give a round of applause to all the cancer survivors and their families. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I have a long story. I told Erin I would be up here 45 minutes, and she said I have 5. So I've condensed my story, and my story starts when I was mountain biking. I went for a mountain bike ride about 4.5 years ago, had a little wheeze. Didn't think much of it, but in a couple weeks I had an annual physical, so I went to the doctor. He said, "Everything looks good, John." I said, "Well, I got this little wheeze." They said, "You're fine, no problem." They gave me a little inhaler. That was September, October. I thought, okay, let's try this out. I went a couple more months, and I remember in November of that year, I wasn't feeling very good, so I tried the inhaler. Didn't seem to help. Rode my bike once after that physical. Got through the holiday season, and in January I was sitting in my office, and I just felt terrible. And I remember saying to myself, you just need to go to the doctor. I went to the doctor. They sent me for a chest x-ray, and they said, "John, you have pneumonia." I said, "Great, pneumonia, we can take care of that." They gave me an antibiotic. 4 weeks later, I go back to do another chest x-ray. There's still these little cottony things here in my left lung. And they say sometimes pneumonia takes 8 weeks to clear. So I said, let's go another 4 weeks. So we go another 4 weeks, go back for another x-ray, and they're still there. They say, "John, it could be a fungus, it could be this, definitely not cancer. It's not you, you don't fit the profile." Well, I had a CT scan, and then I got the bad news. They said, "John, you have stage 4 lung cancer." Whoa. I've never smoked. I'm healthy. And then they gave me some astounding facts, and I'm just going to read them to you. I was astounded to find out that lung cancer takes the lives of more people than breast, prostate, colon, liver, kidney, and melanoma cancers combined. Who knew that? I didn't know that. You know why we don't know that? Because there's a negative stigma associated with lung cancer. And I was part of that group. Well, they smoked. They knew what they were getting themselves into. Second fact, 60% of those diagnosed with lung cancer are people who have never smoked or who have quit smoking. We're all vulnerable. And so I just want to bring that to light here. It was a shocking, shocking diagnosis for me. I remember the next morning, I was laying in my bed, and 6 months earlier, my wife Leanne and I had adopted our baby girl, Marley. And I'm laying in bed, and I have her next to me. She's 6 months old. And I said, "God, if you knew this was going to happen, why did you give us Marley? This makes no sense," and I'm very upset. And he popped me right in the nose in an instant, and he said, "John, Marley is the angel I sent from heaven to watch over you." I stood back. You know, don't question the higher power. From that time on, survival wasn't an option. Survival was a requirement. I've discovered the University of Colorado Hospital and Dr. Camage and the team there. They took me through a couple of different chemos, some of the general field treating. Had a couple rough times where things changed. At one point in time, I had 3 liters of fluid in between my left lung and my chest wall cavity. It was not a pleasant experience. I had some surgery to basically glue my lung to my chest wall, and that took care of it. I went on another round of chemo, saw a 30% decrease. And then my cancer kind of mellowed out. And Dr. Camage told me about this great new clinical trial for the BRAF mutation that I have. And so we made a bold decision in August, about a year and a half later, and he said, we're going to take you off all medication because, get this, you're going to love this. In order to qualify for the clinical trial, you have to show progression, and not good progression. So, yeah, let's do that. That sounds like a great idea. So, we go 6 months when I'm not on any drugs and nothing changes. Well, the clinical trial is going to close in 2 weeks. So Dr. Camage, we do a scan. He says, oh, you see this little, that was square, now that's round, that's a change. Bingo. I'm on the clinical trial. Within 6 weeks, I had a 75% reduction in the tumors in my left lung. I started living a much more normal life. I was back to riding my bike. I was back to jogging. For the last 2 years, I've been living a normal life, and that's all a cancer patient wants, to be normal. This last year, I'm proud to say I rode over 2,000 miles on my bike and over 150,000 vertical feet. Thank you. Thank you. So, I guess my message to you is there is hope, and to all those that have dealt with it or dealing with it or have others who have dealt with it, there is hope. And I'm just going to give you the keys to my success. Number 1 is faith. Without my faith and constant reliance on God, I would not be standing right here before you. Number 2, my family. My wife, Leanne, she's right over there. She's looking beautiful tonight. And my daughter, Marley, have provided a level of love, strength, support that have gotten me through the toughest of times. They also have the same failure is not an option attitude. And then my UCH family, and they truly are a family. You've heard that multiple times tonight. Bethy, in scheduling, we love her. She's the best. Julie, the receptionist. B, the nurse's assistant. We have Dana and Stephanie, nurses. Suzanne in the blood draw area. I mean, the whole team. And the person who's wearing a skirt tonight, Dr. Camage. It's a Scottish tuxedo, he says. They all make me feel at home. And just last Wednesday, he said, sometimes I think we make you feel too at home, John. So I just want to thank everyone here. Your support of this great institution has made a significant impact on my life and the lives of so many others. Your support has made a cancer diagnosis a beginning and not an end. Thank you.